Okay, folks, it's one of my complete honors to be right here with one of the most iconic actors in television and movie history, the one and only Robert Hayes. Robert, how's it like being here today at Rhode Island Comic Con?
It's great. This is my first time to be here, and I'm absolutely loving it. The people are terrific. People putting it on are doing a great job. The people seem to be enjoying themselves, and I see a bunch of old friends here and some new ones, and I'm having a great time.
Is there anybody here specifically you like going to meet today, any of your friends? Or
well, I've
you haven't met yet?
seen a bunch of them. John O'Hurley was here earlier. Bobby Carradine's an old buddy, and Ted McGinley's down there. Barbara Hershey's right over there. I mean, it's just really, really great
now,
fun.
I produce a sketch comedy show. We do sketch comedy celebrity interviews on the show, and my greatest inspiration is Zucker, Abrams, and Zucker. I love the comedy they write because it's just my favorite comedy. It is so incredible. And your movies, and Airplane 2, what was that experience like working with those great actors, Leslie Nielsen and the great cast there?
Well, that was my first feature film, and it was like hitting pay dirt. It was like winning the big lottery. And it was wonderful. People were fantastic. Jerry and David Zucker and Jim Abrams are brilliant, and it was their brilliance that made that film what it's turned out to be. And all of us just did our best to interpret what they did and bring it to life on the screen for them. And then they continued by editing and, getting the timing down to where they wanted it, and they just did an incredible job. So they're the geniuses, and I'm just so glad that I got to be part of it.
I heard the movie industry didn't get it at first. They didn't get the comedy, right? They were like, what are you guys doing here? You know what I mean? Because it was part of the airport, 1975 was the movie they were kind of parodying?
No, it was 0 Hour.
0 Hour, okay.
Yeah, from
right.
57 or 59.
Okay.
57.
Yeah.
But that was the one that they spoofed. But they also spoofed From Here to Eternity and, everything. So it was great.
What do you like better, 1 or 2?
Well, 1 because that was one. That was the first one, and 2, I loved it. There were it was. If you've never seen 1 and you saw 2, then I've had people actually tell me they like 2 better. But out of the hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people that I've met, literally all around the world, I would say there are maybe 2 that have said that, literally.
And you did a commercial, right, with the Cream, or you did a commercial for an airline unit where you were parodying the airplane characters?
For Wisconsin tourism, because the boys are all from Wisconsin, from Milwaukee.
Yeah.
So we did a thing, David Zucker was asked to do a thing, he did a thing for him. It went over so well, he asked me to do one, so we did one together, and it was really funny. And then they got Kareem and me, and they got Jerry and David and Jim all to do it. So all together we did it. And it was just really lots of fun. And I guess it did some good stuff for Wisconsin. People there were great, so I got to know people in Wisconsin a lot better, and I just thought they were wonderful, really wonderful. So had a good time. I've had a lot of fun. I've been really blessed. I've had a heck of a lot of fun in my career. And I know there are a lot of people that can't say that, but I sure have. So
that's really awesome. Was there ever rumors of Airplane 3 or a remake? Because Hollywood's been remaking everything, but this is such a classic, and also it had a cult following right after. I mean, people watching like, whoa, Airplane 2.
Well, it wasn't just a cult following. It broke every box office record all across the country. Wow. It became the highest money-making comedy of all time.
Wow.
So that was more than just a cult following.
Right.
That's what we thought at first. It might maybe it could be
later years, right? Yeah.
Maybe it could be a cult following, but it's still
became bigger than you thought.
It's still huge.
Right.
And I just got back from Fiji and New Zealand, and they know it there.
Right.
So it still goes on.
Ted Stryker.
37 years later, it's still going.
Surely you can't be serious, right?
Well, that was my line.
Yeah, well,
and Leslie says.
And how was it working with Leslie? I got to meet him before he passed away, which was such an honor.
I'm
so glad I got to meet him.
He was so funny.
I'm a big fan of the Police Squad and Naked Gun, and
he was just nuts. He was very funny.
That's really
very
awesome.
funny, cracking people up all the time on the set.
Yeah.
So it was good.
You guys did like a talk show, I think a morning talk show, when he had like the fart machine on there or something like that.
Well, the guys, Kareem and Peter Graves and Leslie and Jill Whalen, I think, the 4 of them were in New York. It was the Today Show.
Yes, yeah.
And I was doing the remote from L.A.
Right, via satellite, yeah.
And so I was just sitting there watching the monitor, watching all of it, and it was just fun for me. I didn't have to sit up on stage, and I could actually see them all. So it was great. But everyone was terrific. Kareem is very, very quiet and very thoughtful. But what an amazing guy he is.
I love how they broke the fourth wall with that, with the kid talking to him, and then his line at the end. I mean, that was really awesome. That really was.
Yeah. And then them dragging him down the aisle.
Exactly. Yeah.
But it was just.
Was there any crazy stunts in the movie that you guys did a lot stuff there that was kind of dangerous or anything? Or geez, you did dancing in the bar. You had so much stuff going on with the airplane.
Yeah, it wasn't too,
How long did it take to make you the movie, the airplane, the original?
That was, I think it was 7 weeks.
Wow.
Very fast.
Wow.
And it was only, I think it was $3.5 million.
Wow.
So it was a low budget. It was very fast, and that's what helped make it the biggest money-making comedy because it cost so little.
Yeah. Just like they said about, I heard the Police Squad, is that the reason it went off air because people had to watch it to pay attention, the producers said. But that's what Airplane is. You have to watch it and pay attention.
They wound up in doing Police Squad with the Naked Gun series.
Right.
So that was how
and you have
they
to
were
watch it to pay attention to get the jokes. But that's why we watch it, just like we watch Airplane. And
Absolutely.
The incredible Robert Hayes. Thank you so much for your time. It is such an honor, Robert.
Oh, well,
I'm a big fan of yours. Folks, right here, the legendary, iconic Robert Hayes, right here at Rhode Island Comic-Con.
Come on down.